Welcome to Yoga with Jan. Invite you to get comfortable in a seated position. Put your hands together in front of your chest, prayer position. And just think about something that you would like to do today in your practice. Maybe you're trying to become stronger, calmer, braver, whatever it is. Set that intention for yourself as you breathe in and you breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out, and just notice your breath as it goes in, filling up your body and releasing. Just becoming comfortable with where we are and settling into our practice. Allowing your legs to sit, your hips to support you, rubbing your hands gently, placing the palm of your hands onto your eyes. Namaste. So to get started, we are going to sit up nice and tall. And we're going to bring the soles of our feet together as close as they can come to us. And we're going to gently raise our knees up and down, opening up our hip joints. And as we do this, we're just going to breathe into that area and sit up as tall as we can as we do so. Just allowing the blood to circulate. Often when we sit a lot, this area becomes tight. It's a great way to loosen up the joints. And just go at your own pace. You can go fast, medium, slow, whatever you're comfortable with. And allowing the legs to just expand. So we're starting with just opening the joints in this manner. And then next, we are going to take our legs and a little bit more hip openers by spreading our legs open and bending our knee to the center, but only in as much as keeping our sit bones on the ground. So we don't want to go all the way down unless we can keep our sit bones still on the ground as we do so. And just go slowly in and out, noticing which side might be a little stiffer or looser. Just gently bringing it in and out. And don't forget to breathe. So all these little exercises are just opening up our hip joints a little more each time. And from here, we're going to do a 90-degree front leg and back leg. You might have to move your leg yourself. And then when you see that they're parallel, you take a breath in. And then we're going to gently move to the center and go to the opposite side. Again, 90-degree angle between the legs. Sitting up nice and tall. And then taking a breath in and exiting, rotating to the next side. Go slow as you need to go. As long as you're keeping that 90 degree, that's the effort. And you can notice that you can do it on your own, or maybe you need to keep your hands in the back to help you, guide you, whatever it takes to get through. And go as slow as you need to. And if it hurts, then just stop, take a break. This is all at your own pace. Only you know what your body needs. These are only suggestions. Your yoga, your practice. Again, these are just opening up our hip joints. Sometimes we need to adjust and just keep going. more you do, the more you're going to notice that area opening up. But you can't do too much at one time because it might be too much. And then you may not want to come back. So we want to keep on coming back and just slowly, slowly progress. And now we're going to just lean over that one leg, dropping to the ground, putting our head down, and just breathing out of your back, allowing that breath to go all over your body, from the back side of your back. Just breathing, holding, allowing that stretch to occur. Now we're going to switch to the other side. Again, making sure the legs are perpendicular and parallel for that matter, and then slowly leaning over that side and dropping, and allowing a stretch to take place. Don't forget to breathe in and out, concentrating on your back as you do so. Now sitting up. Now we're going to stretch our back leg out as much as we can. Try and make it straight. And then we're going to bend over. So we're getting into a pigeon pose, but from a different angle. And then we're just slowly going to lean over our leg and give that thigh stretch. If we can, we're going to put our head down, or you can use some blocks if it doesn't go down comfortably. Just breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. And now let's go to the opposite side. Stretching the back leg as straight as possible. And then leaning over the front leg. And dropping our head to the ground. And breathing in and breathing out. Noticing if there's one leg that's tighter than the other. And then slowly coming up. Now we're going to go back into the butterfly pose. And let's see. Do we see any difference in the opening of our joints? Maybe we want to take our hands and push our knees down a little. In doing so, we want to make sure that our shoulders are not cropping up to our ears. We want to keep those shoulder blades down, applying a little bit of pressure to help open up that area. And enjoying that nice, deep stretch. Together we flourish. Just breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, from here, we're going to bring our knees to our chest and wrap our hands around our knees, sitting up nice and tall, looking up the ceiling, and then bring our head down, tucking our chin to our chest. Up to the ceiling and taking our chin down to our chest. And from here we're going to go onto we're going to go into a malasana. So that's like sitting down on our feet. And if you need to put a block below, that's fine if your heels are not touching the ground. But if they are, enjoy that squat. Try and open your knees, put your elbows to your knees, try and keep your back as straight as possible. It's all work in progress. And so we just keep going until we get where we want to be. Without any judgment, just knowing that practicing, it's the yoga practice, so it's not yoga perfection. Anything we do is getting closer to where we want to be. And from here, we're going to go onto our hands and knees, tabletop. So our shoulders are over our wrists and our hips are over our knees. And our legs are hip width apart. And we're just going to slowly sit down on our heels and then tighten our glutes and our lower abs to push ourselves back up. Now we're not using our arms. Our arms are just there to stabilize us. And we're tightening our butt, tightening our lower abs, and pulling forward. Breathing in and breathing out as we go back. And breathing in as we go back up. As slow as we possibly can. Enjoying up and down, back and forth. Going up and down, up and down. Pushing up. Just continuing to go back and forth. The slower you go, the better the process is, and you can really feel the movement in your glutes and in your lower abs. Okay, now we're going to take one leg and stretch it out. And then slowly take your arm and stretch it out. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're not lifting our legs just now. We're just pushing it back and forth. And noticing how that feels, trying to keep ourselves stable. And now we're going to raise one arm up, opposite leg stretched out. And then switch sides. Opposite arm stretched out and leg. And when we do this, we want to really try and keep our tummy in and stabilized. And then slowly we're going to raise our leg and arms up, opposite leg and arm. And then this way we've really engaged in our core. And then bring it back down. We're going to keep on doing alternate leg and arm. And don't worry if you fall. It's all part of learning and practicing together. And just keep doing a few on your own, alternating leg and hand, leg and arm. Now we're just going to go back into a child's pose. You can use a block to give you extra support and really just breathe into your back. From here, we're going to go onto our side and work a little bit on our thoracic mobility, taking a block and placing it underneath one knee. The bottom leg is straight. One arm that you're resting on can go straight out, and the other arm is going to stretch. So that arm is perpendicular to your knee. Stretch, go along your chest, and you're going to turn your waist, excuse me, and go all the way, twist to the side without moving your top leg. So we're going back in front of us, stretching our arm out, allowing our shoulder blades to get a nice stretch, and then bringing it back slowly towards us, crossing over the chest and turning the waist to the side, opposite direction you can look, and then bring your arm back. So we're really giving a twist to our spine by keeping the leg in a stationary position. Just going to keep on going. Bring your hand over, making it a nice stretch, and then crossing it over the chest, turning in the opposite direction, and back. And go at your own pace. The slower you go, the more they accentuate the movement, and you notice the stretch taking place. Now let's go on to the other side. Again, putting our body down sideways. Bottom leg is stretched out. The top leg is bent knee. One arm you're lying on, the other is stretched out. Turning, looking to the other side, and then bringing it back forward to the chest and stretching again, allowing your shoulder blades to stretch out, and then bringing it back close to your chest and turning to the side. Continuing this in your own time, in your own pace. From here, we're going to go back onto our backs. Our knees are bent. We'll place the block in between our thighs. And then we're going to bring our hips up. We're going to hold, and then we're going to lower our hips down. When we bring our hips up, it's one vertebrae at a time. Again, squeezing in glutes and lower abs, and then slowly bringing it down. And just continue to go at your own pace. If you find that it's too hard to go all the way up, just go as far as what's comfortable and come back. This is your choice, and you listen to your body. Just keep going up and down at your own pace. Now I'm going to invite you to go up and take your right leg and lift it straight up and bring it back down. Come down. And then the next time you go back up, lift your left leg up and then bring it back down. From here, we're going to bend our knees to our chest. We're going to take our inner soles of our feet into a baby pose and just rock slowly from side to side and test to see what's comfortable for you. If you bring your legs to your knees, you open them up a little bit more. Does that feel good? Closer to your head, does that feel good? Just trying to keep the lower back on the ground as we do this. Not forgetting to breathe. Just enjoy the stretch. And from here, we're going to bend our knees and bring them close to the chest. Hug them in. Breathing in and breathing out. And from here, we're going to extend one leg up and holding the other one. And then switch sides. Bring that leg in, close to the, bend the knee to your chest. And then alternate the other leg up and down. And then switch sides, bringing it in like a very slow bicycle. And keep going at your own pace. From here, we're going to bring both legs into your chest and hold them nice and snug. And give it a small rock, like 10 degrees from one side to the next. Just enjoying that hold. Okay, now we're going to get up and go to our sides. It's called the mermaid, where we sit on the mat and we put our legs together, bend our knees, sitting like a mermaid. One hand is propping ourselves up, but we're slanted a little bit into the mat. And we are breathing in and almost like putting a lot of pressure to one side and then breathing out. And this is just to concentrate on our breath and to give a little bit of a stretch to increase the capacity as we practice going one side to the next. So we're going in and then we're pushing to the side, allowing the breath to expand. And then when we go back in, we notice how the breath changes. So just going in and out and noticing how the breath moves near the rib cages, go in and out. And now we're going to switch sides. Again, knees are in the same direction, leaning in one side, hands to the rib cage, and we're leaning in and leaning out. Okay, and from here we're going to go into a seated position. We're going to clasp our hands, interlace our fingers. Place them behind the back of our head. And as we breathe in, we're going to touch our elbows together. Breathe out, take a nice breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now the next time we are going to look up, and then when we bring our arms back, we're going to tuck our chin into our chest and bring our elbows together. Let's do one more like that, breathing in and looking up. Arch your back and look up to the ceiling. And then when you bring back your head, tuck it into your chin and touch your elbows. Now we're going to bring our hands together into a Jaimin and then bring that hand close to our chest. And as we do this, our shoulder blades are touching in the back. Okay, so you're trying to get your shoulder blades to touch as you bring your elbows to you. Going back out straight, point your hands out. Do your diamond straight into your chest and bring your shoulder blades to touch. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing out, pointing your fingers out, and bringing them back in, shoulder blades touching. Now we're going to take our hands up making a fist with our thumbs pointing up and keeping our head straight into the center with our eyes. Look from right to left, looking at each thumb point. Right to left, without moving your head. These are our eye exercises. Go as slow as you can, and then you can increase the speed as you feel comfortable. Now let's switch our hands, one near our forehead, the other near our groin area, and again up and down, looking up and down without moving your head. From here, we're going to just move our shoulders up and down, roll them out. Now bringing your hands up shoulder width like goalposts, and then we're going to slowly bring our arms down as far as it feels comfortable, and then lower them, trying to keep your hands, your arms shoulder length. You'll notice that it's easier on one side or another. But practice makes perfect, so just keep going at your own pace. Bringing them up and bringing them down. And if you have a wall, you can also just go against a wall. It might help keep that distance and allowing you to have your back straight with your arms straight. Adding to this, and keeping your legs up, you can touch them to the sky and then bring them back down. And then start again, bringing them up. Flip them up, touch them together over your head, and bring them back down. Now taking one hand around your head and then the other, just making small circles on top of your head. It's very good for your shoulder joint. Just continue to make small circles, keeping your body straight and only your hand is going around. And from here, we're going to take a hand and just go to our side. With the other hand, stretch up and over to the side. Leaning, 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 stretching as long as your hip doesn't come up over the mat. And then go to the other side and do the same. Leaning into it, stretch, 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 keeping your hip on the floor. Now we're going to take opposite hand to the knee and turn to the side, taking a breath in and looking over the shoulder. And then coming back to center and going to the opposite side, taking a nice stretch and coming back to center. Next, we're going to open our mouth out and turn our jaw to one direction. And then the opposite side, we tilt our head. So it looks a little funny, but it's a really good stretch for our neck and jaw. So we're opening up our mouth and tilting our jaw to one side and then tilting our head to the opposite side. So we really get a great stretch between the neck. And if you find that you're not getting a stretch as much as you like, you can always take your hand and gently guide it with your hand to the opposite direction. Now we're going to bring our hands together, thumbs facing straight in front of us, and we're going to rotate our head from side to side, and our eyes are going to stay fixed on the thumbs in the center. Again, an exercise for our eyes. Now we're going to do some alternative nostril breathing. So we're taking our hand and we're placing our forefinger and middle finger down near our thumb. And we're going to close our right nostril with our thumb. And then with the ring finger, close the left nostril. Keeping our hand as straight to the body as possible. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing in and out of your left nostril. And then breathing out of your right, and just alternating from side to side. You do it as comfortable as you want. You can count to 4 if that's good for you, or just a regular breath. And you're not holding your breath at all. It's just breathing in, holding one side, breathing out, breathing in, holding the other side, and breathing out. Continuing at your own pace. And we always end breathing out on the left side. So after your last breath out of the left nostril, just take a moment, notice how you're feeling, close your eyes, concentrate on your center third eye in front of between your eyebrows, and breathe. Next, we're going to do a little bit of meditation using a block. If you need to sit on your knees, you can put the block underneath you to give you some added support if your knees hurt. I'm just going to sit still in our arms. We're going to interlace our fingers and keep them in our lower abdomen. And we're just going to breathe. And as we're breathing, we're going to concentrate on the breath that is entering and exiting, and just thinking about that area just below the belly button. And here, as we end our practice, hands together, heart center, I wish you clear and loving thoughts, clear and loving words, and clear and loving intentions. Have a wonderful day, rubbing your hands together, putting the palms of your hands on your eyes, bringing your hands back to the center. Namaste. After sitting on your knees, you may want to stretch your knees out and just shake out your legs because they may feel funny after sitting for a while. Stretch your feet back and forth. Have a wonderful day.